Good afternoon. I want to thank everyone for coming out today. We've been sharing with some other people. We originally had the idea of maybe doing this outside where these projects would happen, and last week we decided that may not be the most comfortable of options. But I want to, before we start, thank the Columbus Metropolitan Library for hosting us, having the space available to us, Ben and Greg and his team, and John Tietzloff, the manager of this amazing facility. So thank you very much for allowing us to come here today and host you. I also want to acknowledge a few people that have joined us. Representative David Leland from District 22. Sir, thank you so much for coming out. Representative-elect Laura Lanice. Thank you. Congratulations and welcome. We have representatives from Representative Boggs' office, Serena Finley. Thank you for coming out today. And a representative from Representative Bischoff's office, Brandon Barkas. So thank you very much. Also want to acknowledge and thank Nikki Scarpiti from Columbus Metropolitan Library. As I mentioned, Greg Dodd, who's our marketing director. Ben Zanitzi, who's been just extremely helpful, and I appreciate all your time. And we also have our Recreation and Park Commissioner, Derek Clay, who's joined us here today. So I want to thank you so much for coming out. I want to introduce Director Jim Zarin of Ohio Department of Natural Resources. He was appointed to ODNR on November 15th of 2011. Previously, he's also served as the Director of the Ohio Department of Agriculture. As a state agency, ODNR focuses on regulation and recreation. ODNR regulates the shale development industry and oversees recreational activities such as hunting, fishing, and boating. Key priorities for Director Zaringer include regulating shale development, addressing water quality issues statewide, and promoting, updating, and preserving Ohio state parks. Prior to becoming director of ODNR, Director Zaringer served in the rural western Ohio as a representative for the 77th House District. He also has worked as a Mercer County Commissioner. By experience, and as I pointed out to me, he has visited every single state park. Is that correct?
That's correct.
In Ohio, so that's pretty impressive. So, Mr. Director Zaringer.
Thank you. Well, it's great to be here, and yeah, I can't hold a job. That's basically what you're trying to say. But it's good to be here. Greg Dodd, great to see you. What a nice facility this is. I worked with Greg when he was at the State House, and always enjoyed being around him, and lots of enthusiasm, and I see that you still have that here today. So thank you so much, Brian, for having me here today, and thank you all for coming to this grant awards ceremony. I enjoy occasions like this when we get a chance to invest in Ohio's community by funding projects that will increase recreational opportunities for all Ohioans. And you can see right here, we're going to have some explanation of what these funds are going to do. This year, we were able to approve $14.9 million, almost $15 million in Clean Ohio Trail Funds, Recreational Trail Funds, and Nature Works grants. And we supported 110 projects similar to this statewide. Each of these projects promotes a healthy lifestyle opportunities for Ohioans, from building multi-purpose trails and playgrounds to constructing new restrooms and shelters. The Columbus Recreation and Parks Department is a great partner in healthy environments for neighborhoods here in Columbus. They continue their mission of offering safe, enjoyable outdoor recreation opportunities by applying for these grants. Using the Clean Ohio Grant Trails Fund, they were able to construct a connection between the downtown Arena District and the Olentangy Trail. I believe this one's right here, Tony. I know you're going to explain in a minute. This project will include a trail bridge, as you can see, and over the Olentangy River, and connect future park space and the Arena District. They will also create a recreational opportunities right here where we're standing, and a trail to connect Shepherd and St. Mary's areas. And that is right over there. And that's, Tony was explaining to me that earlier, that's just going to be a remarkable opportunity for the folks in this area and what that connects to. The connector trail will use an existing abandoned rail corridor and park property, and this will be a great benefit, like I said, to this area. Also, using some of the nature work assistance, the city will develop a new neighborhood park in the Southgate community. So we're very excited about their future plans as well as the partnership in strengthening local communities by providing great outdoor spaces for everyone to enjoy. And their partnership with ODNR and the work that we're doing on our capital projects, thanks to Representative Leland and soon to be Representative, we really appreciate those capital projects and working with Metro Parks. It doesn't matter who owns them. It doesn't matter who maintains them. It's just the opportunity that we're affording all of our citizens of Ohio to take advantage of these great opportunities outdoor. There's no better way to spend time with your children, your grandkids. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's safe, and I can't thank you enough for applying and getting these funds. So thank you so much for being here today.
Director, thank you so much. We appreciate that. It's my pleasure to introduce Director of Recreation and Parks Department, Tony Collins. He was appointed to this position as Director in June of 2015. Prior to this position, Director Collins served as the Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Gahanna for 15 years, and was a Director with the Akron area YMCA for 4 years. While working for Gahanna Parks and Recreation Department, the city was recognized as one of Money Magazine's top 100 cities. Director Collins is an active leader in the Parks and Recreation profession, has served as past Ohio Parks and Recreation Association board member and president. Previously, he was the OPRA Foundation president and now is their vice president, along with serving on the boards of the Columbus Zoo, After School All-Stars Ohio, and the Audubon Stewardship Awards. In addition, Director Collins is the chair of the Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission's Central Ohio Greenways Board, which is a driving force for creating and increasing regional trailways like this in Central Ohio. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce Director Collins.
It's always funny to hear your own bio. I don't know. Anyways, first, I want to start off by thanking folks for being here. I don't want to go through everybody's name again, but I really appreciate the support that everybody brings to the table. We can't do what we do without the support of the state, without great projects, the Clean Ohio Fund, Director Zarin and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, as well as the legislative leadership and the departments around the state that help us do our jobs. Also, I want to thank our local folks. Scott Ulrich from the Columbus Health Department is here today. We partner a lot with the Columbus, our own internal teams, as well as area nonprofits to help make our projects happen as well. So thank you. Thank you to the library as well for hosting us. As I remember a little under 2 years ago, standing out in the parking lot with Pat Lasinski, the executive director of the libraries, and talking about how someday this community center concept will come together. And it will feature a beautiful state-of-the-art library, a connected park and green space that residents can get to via a trail system that connects to it. And the library did your job. You've built a beautiful state-of-the-art center, and now we're getting ready to embark on that second half, connecting it through a trail and through a beautiful park that the entire neighborhood can enjoy. So thank you first to all those folks that helped make today happen, as well as these projects happen. I come today to talk a little bit. I got to tell you up front that I'm going to speak a little bit from 3 different hats that I wear. First and foremost, as the Director of Recreation and Parks, we so appreciate ODNR and the Clean Ohio program. We're very excited about these projects, a part of what we call our connector trails. We have been working for years on building our regional trail system. Columbus has 66 miles plus. Changes every day of our own internal trail system that's connected to over 120 miles of a regional trail system in Central Ohio. One of the largest in the Midwest, and we're very proud of all the things that we do throughout the year to build that system and help maintain that system. Our partnership with the Franklin County Columbus Metro Parks helps to maintain the system as well. These 2 projects represent connectors, bringing our people from our neighborhoods into our regional trail system. And we continue to hear how important that is. We have the 22-mile-long Alum Creek Trail. We have the 12-mile-long Olentangy Trail, the Scioto Trail, the soon-to-be-open Camp Chase Trail. Phenomenal regional trail systems. But they don't do any good if we don't have the neighborhoods connected to them. If you have to get in your car and drive to the trail, we want to be able to have people walk over, ride over, jog over to their trail system. And that's what these 2 projects represent. These I'm also going to speak to you from a standpoint of the Central Ohio Greenways. As Brian mentioned, I'm the chair of the Central Ohio Greenways board, and it's a collaboration of nonprofit, private sector, and public sector individuals focused on expanding our regional trail system so that we can not just connect our neighborhoods, but connect to each other. Connect from Columbus to Bexley, and Bexley to Gahanna, and Gahanna to New Albany, and to Westerville, and on to all the other suburban and urban communities in Central Ohio, and then to other regions throughout the area, whether it's all the way down the Camp Chase to, you can take the Camp Chase now all the way down to Cincinnati. So those types of regional trail system connections can't happen just with public dollars. They have to happen with collaboration. And I know that ODNR, that's one of their focuses, is making sure that we're working with other entities and making these projects happen. So we're very excited about these connector trails as a part of the regional trail system as well. The Central Ohio Greenways effort is a formal effort that's based out of Morpsey. I chair the board. There's 22 members on the board representing all those two different entities. If you go to the Central Ohio Greenways website, you'll find our strategic action plan. We've identified specific steps to bring private and public dollars to the table to help expand the trail system for recreational and transportation use, as well as to provide programming to bring folks out onto the trails for exercise, recreation, and transportation, and to make sure that from a communication standpoint, people are aware of how to get to the trails and what the next steps are and what plans are in place so that they can participate in the process. We, of course, are focused, I said, on the health and wellness side of it for the city of Columbus. We're also focused on the conservation piece from a standpoint of making sure that these stream corridors are protected and making sure that folks understand and appreciate when, you mentioned one of the most valuable times is the director mentioned valuable times of bringing your kids and grandkids and family members and just getting out on a trail and enjoy it. That also builds that buy-in from a conservation standpoint. For long-term protection standpoint, we get people bought into protecting our greenways and our stream corridors. So one of our other goals as a region, as well as the city of Columbus. And of course, those benefits also include the economic impacts. We know from studies and as well as anecdotal message that employers are looking for places and communities that have trail systems, these types of benefits. They bring job centers to our neighborhoods because people want to have this in their neighborhoods. Residents, we know, are looking for that. We know folks are looking for that no matter if you're in a rural, suburban, or urban location. You want to be able to be connected via your trail system. So we're very excited about all of the possibilities and the outcomes that come from those two hats. I do have to make mention as well. I've been involved in Parks and Recreation long enough that I was a part of the original advocate team to support the Clean Ohio program. And I can't say enough. I've been through both rounds of through the election process and really do appreciate the legislative support of the Clean Ohio program. It is a fantastic program that has benefited the entire state and our trail system. So I had to throw that piece in there too. Just a quick couple notes about these projects, and by all means, happy at the end to answer any questions. But we talk about Mayor Ginther's priorities. He always will say neighborhoods, 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 and that's what these two projects combine. They combine our regional trail system and our neighborhoods. These are the connectors. Whether it's an urban neighborhood, and I won't go into the details, but many of you are aware of the planned development in the nationwide Arena District area. And you can see the urban corridor, all of our downtown. This trail section, this simple bridge, will connect that entire area of the city to the Olentangy Trail, the largest traveled trail in all of our system. So we're excited about that one. I know there's some numbers that I'm supposed to point out in terms of, I think it's over 1 million people who have used the trail in 2015. I mentioned the total amount of trail. In 2014, we did a study, I should mention, over 12 million miles traveled on the Central Ohio Regional Trail System. And the Olentangy Trail was a major component of that. We were just talking, Representative Leland and I were talking about how you can get on the trail in Clintonville and he can ride all the way down now and connect to his office when this bridge will be open. So we'll be checking to make sure that you're doing that. I'm teasing. I'll ride with you. The other trail that I just want to mention and as part of this is the Shepherd Connector. And this is really the heart of getting into the neighborhoods. We have a corner that used to be an industrial corridor, right? And some abandoned buildings that hadn't been utilized. It had grown stale and just really, if anything, being a negative to the neighborhood. And now with the library's inspiration and their initial investment, we now have a corner that's a part of a neighborhood, right? We have a beautiful park setting that's going to be connected to a library that's taking advantage of an old rail corridor and going all the way through and connecting all the way to the St. Mary's neighborhood. So all of those houses, and I believe it's somewhere around, I think Brad will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's somewhere around 1,700 residents will now be connected to this part of the neighborhood. And then from here, you connect to the Alum Creek Trail, which is our 22-mile-long section trail. And that's that big, really long map. I don't know if you can see it, but look at that. From all the way out from Sharon Woods Metro Park and north all the way down the Three Creeks Metro Park. What an incredible opportunity from the folks of this neighborhood to not only be connected to the library, but also that regional trail system. So we're very excited about that. I do also want to mention, I mentioned earlier that it takes all of these different partnerships to make it happen. A lot of folks have been involved in the Shepherd Connector. I want to just mention the Shepherd Community Association, the YWCA Family Shelter, the Rosedale International Center, the Columbus Library, of course, Friends of Alum Creek and Tributaries FACT, the North Central Area Commission, the Columbus Development Department within the city of Columbus, and then, of course, I mentioned our internal, or the Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission, and also the Ohio Erie Trail folks. So it's been an incredible project that's involved a lot of people, and we're very excited about it. So I just want to final wrap up and say that we do appreciate this. We appreciate the partnership with ODNR in order to connect our regional trail systems to our neighborhoods. Thank you very much.
Thanks. We'll do the formal check presentation there. There's the records.
Want to come around here?
Yep. Either way there.
Well, on behalf of ODNR, we'd like to present this check to the Columbus Recreation and Parks Department for $788,427.
Thank you very much. I keep trying to stick these in the ATM, but they don't work. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.